we've all been in that place where, oh my God, I'm finding my 1 rep max has everything to do with who I am as a person. I need to perform today or else none of my training matters. That's not the thought here. My name is Logan Gelbrich, and you're watching Beyond Strength on TrainHeroic. Whether you're interested in the sport of strongman or not, we're talking about getting people stronger, faster, and just generally grow their power output. And we're constantly changing in our athlete's mind what it means to find a max effort, the concept behind a max effort day, that we're gonna demand 100% of our central nervous system. And on Tuesdays, we do our max effort lower day. The first is gonna be a broad jump. While it expresses a lot of power, it doesn't load up Homer so much. We're actually gonna grab that number and then find a variation in the deadlift as well. Obviously we're gonna get to toes, but I don't want you to think getting there early, right? Whole foot on the ground for a long time, get into your hamstrings and then go. Jump and reach, whenever you're ready. Less squat, more hinge. And I want you to get in here, knees back, so your hamstrings are loaded. It's not here, it's here. Heel the butt, gotta pull big. So we have a PR. We'll call it 8-6 even. That's dope. Next max effort is the sumo deadlift. And today we're pulling that against 135 pounds of chains. Chains, the range of motion, the type of bar, all these things are just variables to sort of change the event of the day. You can imagine what that would do psychologically for Homer. He doesn't connect his sumo deadlift against 135 pounds of chains to some sort of meaning for him as a person, right? It is an opportunity for him to come and find his best today, and then we're gonna move on, that's it. Can we sort of dry the knees out? Can I work tracking knees over toes with a wider stance? It's gonna take a little bit more intentionality from the athlete. We're gonna work hard to keeping the bar close. Nice, squeeze, great job. I want you to think about, as long as you keep your big toe down, you cannot press out too hard, right? So big toe grips the ground and you're pressing out the entire lift. Push out, push out, push out, push out. Strong, nice job. So you're painting your thighs with the bar on the way up. Once you get the bar above your knees, we need to shorten that pull. It's shoulders back, hips forward. Right, so you see the difference between this here and this sort of longer, exaggerated, chest over the bar situation? You're there. Once you get above the knee, the momentum keeps going, fall back. Sit back, stay with it, sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back. Excellent. Nice. We need to train maximal output to develop maximal output at a certain point. We're gonna go until he finds the heaviest weight that he can pull beautifully, refining proper movement patterns that I think stereotypically we would say don't really show up in 1 rep max training. Psychologically, we're at a place where Homer has his previous best straight bar weight on the bar, plus 135 pounds of chains, right? And so, if all goes well, he's gonna pull his previous 1 rep max plus 135 pounds of chains. And of course, that's not the same as 135 pounds of straight bar weight, but we walk away from this lift successful. In his back pocket, he knows that he's stronger than he was, right? So the next time that sumo deadlift comes, straight bar, no chains, he's walking in the gym, can't wait to be here, right? Because it's gonna be PR City, right? Okay, so I need you to decide that they're filming right now with not digital, they can't even delete this shit. This is live, actually, all right? And so you need to decide right now that you're gonna make this lift. Go, heels, 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 head, 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 head. Yeah! Dude, it's almost like stronger. Strongman is a sport that has a little bit of a strength endurance element to it. So we're gonna find 3 sets of 8 in the back squat. Doesn't need to be an 8 rep max by any means. We're just gonna do some support work. And then glute ham raises. We're accumulating some volume, some support, some hypertrophy work. Oftentimes in our accessory, we'll see 8s, 10s, or 12s. We don't like to assign percentages per se, right? It's based on that movement, that rep scheme for quality. I totally did the CrossFit thing and grabbed the coach's staff. This is essentially a massive hamstring curl. Homer's gonna squeeze his butt so that his hips are all the way forward. That'll put the work in the hamstrings. You see a lot of people send their butt back and sort of miss the point of the exercise. He's just gonna push his feet back into the pad on the way down, and then giant hamstring curl to find his way back up for a set of 12. So hips forward, hips, 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 and go. Try to push your heels all the way back so legs lock out. Yeah, push heels, push, 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 lock out. Good, fix your posture right here. Looks like a hood ornament. Hips all the way forward. All the other way, yes, there you go. Hips, 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 hips. Go. Another inch here on the bottom. Straight legs, straight legs, straight legs. There. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Hips, 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 hips. Nice, and relax. The joke is always like, for folks that been training in the gym a little while, that can't perform this exercise, like good news and bad news, and it's like, don't worry, like you got this far without any hamstrings, so imagine how strong you'd be with the other half of your body. So he has 3 efforts, 3 minutes long, and in 3 minutes he's going to push the sled 100 feet, 50 feet down, 50 feet back. He has a body weight sandbag carry, and the remaining time, as many double kettlebell clean presses as possible. What's like the somber deal? Emo deal? Yeah, we're going emo on this one. Feelings. Go. When you're tired, I want you to coach yourself. That'll kind of keep your mind off of the thing. All right, so you take in what I'm telling you, and just sort of try to improve your movement. All right, solid pick here. Hips up, knees back. There you go. Sit, wrap it up. There you go. Reach, heels, 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 heels. All right, get a breath. It's gonna be hard to find your posture and swing on the first rep to where you wanna go. So stand up with them. Arch, shoulders back. Right, rather than trying to find a good spot from here. Stand up, shoulders back. Swinging butt back. Stand if you need, then go. Think massive push press, or you can go to the jerk, but I need a big time lockout at the top. Show me a big lockout. Arch against the bells, arch, arch, arch. Go to your landing position every time. While you're breathing, on the clean, feet are rooted in the ground. So swing, and you can drop under the weight, but feet don't move. If I see your feet moving, I know we're not applying force very well. When we get lazy and start shoulder forward, I'm never gonna get that position back. So stand up, set it, then go. Butt back to catch. Big lockout. There we go. Yeah, buddy. Stand up with the weights overhead. Technical, beautiful. Good job, dude. That was gnarly. As a finisher, recovery-wise, tendon, ligament health-wise, we like to do really high rep, lightweight. Let's try to go to 150 right in a row, just jerking back and forth. At this sort of rep volume, the idea here is that we can get blood into the area, so just flushing out the hamstrings for the day. So today we took Homer, who's an intermediate athlete, through a max effort lower day, and we walked away with 2 PRs. So psychologically, while Homer's tired, he's feeling good. The daily 1 rep max, something that we don't fear. It's not something that is built up neurologically. I view our sort of style of training, or view of max effort method, as the least psychologically kind of demanding training that there is. Thanks for watching Beyond Strength on TrainHeroic.